280 g of sago, which are these little balls here. It's gluten-free. You can find it in any supermarket, and it's made from cassava. And for those who don't have a scale, I measured it, and it's equivalent to 1.5 cups to a 250 ml cup. And in a pot, I've already added 2 liters of water and let it boil tashim. This is very important. The water is boiling before we add the sago. So once it starts boiling, I come here and add all the sago. I'm going to let this cook, stirring occasionally. I'll show you the point our sago should reach. My sago has been simmering for a few minutes now, and the point of doneness is just right. Where it is, pay close attention, everyone. You should see that the center of each sago pearl remains white, while the outside edge is translucent. OD. So that's the point it should be at. We shouldn't overcook the sago. Let me show you a little closer. Look. The edge of the sago is smoky, is transparent, and the center is white. So we turn off the heat. Now I'm passing my sago through a sieve knoll to remove all this thick liquid that remains. So I'm gonna sieve it little by little since my sieve is small. And I'm also taking advantage of the water to give it a rinse to remove even more of this thick liquid that remains in our sago. I'm gonna do this with all the sago. Folks, I'm returning my sago to the same pan. And just so you know, guys, all the ingredients I'm using to make this recipe will be included here below in the description to make it easier for you to copy and make it at home. Now I'm adding a 395 g can of condensed milk on the In addition to the other ingredients, I'll be adding to this recipe a carton of heavy cream. A 200 ml container of coconut milk and also 400 ml of regular milk. I'm using whole milk. Once that's done, we'll stir everything together very well before we put it on the stove. This sago, folks, won't be overly sweet. It will be just the right amount of sweet, very light, okay? Alright, so now we put it on the stove and let it cook nicely. When it boils, I'll let it cook for another 10 to 15 minutes so that the sago finishes cooking and our cream becomes creamier and thicker. Okay then, look at this everyone. The sago is now done, perfectly cooked and completely clear. I turn off the heat and transfer it to a bowl to stop it from cooking. This is very important. And we can eat it warm or cold, okay? When it's cold, it becomes a little thicker. And I'm going to show you the texture. It has both when it's warm and when it's chilled. I like to add a little orange zest, okay? The zest of one orange to give it a more special flavor. If you've never made this at home, give it a try. I'm certain you'll enjoy the delicious flavor the orange zest adds to our sago pudding. The sago then has this texture here. You can already see that it's already very creamy like this. So as I've already mentioned, if you prefer to eat it as I do with this lovely warm, slightly cool texture, then please do. I like it like this because I can't wait for it to cool down, okay everyone? I like sago so much that I like to eat it right away. And its texture like this, when it's warm, it will be like this. Look, it's already very creamy. It's super delicious for those who have never tried sago made with milk, okay? There are a lot of people who like tapioca pudding made with wine. But I also set aside a little bit that I kept in the refrigerator. You know what's cool? It turns out a little firmer and a little creamier when you eat it nice and cold, wouldn't you say, Kay? Ecco. But both versions are also very tasty. So that was our video for today. If you've made it this far and you're new to the channel, take advantage, click the button below, subscribe to the channel, and also leave your like to say that you enjoyed this recipe. And